Hi, today we're running through Joy to the World. Really cool song based around a lot of scales. So if you've been practicing your scales, you're already halfway there. Also a really cool Christmas carol for the holiday time of year. So if you can get this one, you've got another thing to go busking with or play for your friends and family, or send it to me. I'd love to hear it. All right, let's run through with both hands. Cool, so let's have a look just at the right hand melody quickly. So starting, as I said, with the scale. So this one, you just sort of have to get the rhythm right and just remember to cross over when we get to that F. So starting on C, all 4 fingers on down to G. Replace. One more time, a little slower. Think of just the first group of 3. Then cross over to the F, play the 4th. Now all 4 on E, D, C. With this one, just have a little go at trying to get the rhythm really right just in the quick bit on the A to the G. And then you can replace after there. And then the next part from bar 3, it's just a scale stepping up, starting on the G. It's just got a little bit of replacing back to the same note. Not very harpy, but we will do it. Replace back to the A, back to the B, then come off. So just start with all 4 on there. Put the 4th finger away, back with the 3rd finger, back with the 2nd finger. So just getting used to hanging on to that C. All right, from the top one more time. Take it as slow as you need it for the rhythm and the replacing to really sort of sink in. Replace. Now all 4 on, starting on G. Replace. Cool, that's it for line 1. Now, starting on the upbeat to bar 5, so you can just see at the end of bar 4, there's just that one little C, lonely little C, and we're just putting all 4 on there, C, B, A, G, and we're just gonna do that C twice. Replace, and then come off. So again, just getting used to replacing. And then replace now to the same G, but with our 1st finger, and then just a group of 3. So that again, the tricky bit here is just replacing from the 4th finger on the G to the 1st finger on the G. Now all 3 on. Cool. Leading into bar 6, it's sort of just about joining. Join up to the C, all 4 on. So it is a bit of a long phrase just from bar 5 to bar 6. So we'll go from the beginning of bar 5 now. Come off here, and now we're going to join all the way through. So join, replace, and then same thing again, 3, 2, 1 on G, F, E. Cool. Now with this bit, you can see there's a lot of repeated E's here in the melody. My tip for this is to just place all 3 on so that you stay a bit steadier, and just think of, you're doing that E 6 times in total. So including the first one on the way down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's where we come up. So just from that G in bar 6, so if you can just sort of keep count of those while you're just doing the right hand, to stop you sort of losing track of them a bit. If you just want to write a big 6 over the top of that section, that might be a good idea. And then a similar sort of thing happens now leading into bar 8. It's 4 Ds in a row. This time we're starting F, E, D, and then the first D is going to be that one on the way down. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we just come up and come off. So replace, and then we come off there. All right, let's go in from the lead into bar 7 again. And then replace F, E, D. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. All right, final stretch now into bar 9. We have E, D, C, and you can see we're just going to join up the octave to the C above it. Join, and come off there. One more time. So play the E, D first, C to C. If you can't reach it in your hand with the third finger, cool to come off there. And then just A. But joining, really recommend joining. All right, and then now 2 groups of 4, starting on A down to the E. So first finger on A, all 4 on. This sort of one, if you just think of the first group of 3 here, the A, G, F, join to the F now with the first finger, then all 4 on, and that's our second group of 4 here, F, E, D, C. And you can see in the sheet music as well, it seems to be mostly quavers, a little dotted quaver in there as well, and a semiquaver. And then the last 3 notes are a crotchet, crotchet, and a minim. So short notes into long notes. So if you can sort of get that lightness and steadiness when you're going really quickly, and then really make sure that the long notes are long and you're not cutting them short. So long, long, long. Yeah, practicing with metronome is definitely my tip for something like that. Also listening to the song and seeing if you can get the rhythm in your head, and then trying to just match it up on here. All right, so that is all the right hand all the way through. Let's have a look at what the left hand does. So it has some fifths I can see here with 3 and 1. That's the interval for the fingers of the fifth. We've got C up to G. A lot of CGs all the way through this. And just coming into the palm every time and coming off and just replacing. This would be a good song to practice replacing both at the same time. So grabbing the C and the G. A little way I try to practice that is just trying to get the right distance in the shape between your third and your first finger, and just very slowly going on and making contact like that. Try and get the distance right and then make contact. So then in bar 3 we go down to an F and a C, again a fifth, then to a G, D, and then back to a CG. So let's match it up together. The tricky part for something like this is keeping the right hand steady, because the left hand, that's straightforward. It's the same thing all the way through. Getting the crossing over, getting the replacing right. So if you think C with the C, now we've crossed over to the F and we're going to play the G, and the G is going to come in with the C in the bass. So together, and then left hand comes off, replace the right hand, and now get our CG ready again. So for bar 2, just think that the E comes in with the bass and the C comes in with the bass. So second finger and fourth finger together. Together. All right, on to bar 3. Now this is where our bass changes down to the F. So then replace the right hand, G chord in the bass, and then C. So one more time. F chord with the A, G chord with the B, then C with very little, just sort of bass fill. It's just a G, C, G. The only trick with that is just to replace back to the G, replace, and now C, G. In terms of rhythm, make sure that the C is like on the strung beat, so. If you can sort of get that rhythm coming through. All right, on to bar 5. And then when we replace here with the right hand, replace with the left hand. Then joining up, all 4 on. And then with the second C in the right hand. Replace. And then replace with the right hand. And then we have the second E, and then the C chord. 3, 4, 5, 6. Just sort of matching those up. So if you want to like draw a line connecting the E's to the C, G, and just sort of counting them. And then same thing here for the bar 8 as well, where we drop down to the G chord. Yeah, just sort of seeing that the first 2 Ds line up, together, together, together. Yeah. Now onto bar 9, and this is where our octave jump is, back to the C chord in the bass. Join. So those two come together. The C, both the C's come with the bass. And now all 4 in the right hand. And now this is where the bass finally changes in the very last bar. So we've got. With that one, just think that the order of them, order of events happening there. So A, together, left hand, right hand. And even if you think that the F and the E are pretty quick. And now for the last bar here, you sort of have a choice of how you're going to do the bass. You could go 1, 2, 3, 4 on G, F, E, C. And then do the E and the C together. That can feel a little awkward doing the E and the C, so the other option is 1, 2, over with the 1, under with the 2, and then both of those at the same time. I'll show it with my right hand, it might be easier to see. Over, together. Or, give it a go both ways, and then you can decide which you like the feel of better, which is easier to play, or if you're up for a challenge, pick the harder one. Alright, so now just from the F into the last bar, we just match them up together. They're the same rhythm, so it's just together, together, together. And you just have to make sure that the F is by itself, so. And this is with the crossing over way now. And then, alright, that's it, start to finish. Good luck, it's a really, really nice song. The bass is a really good rhythm, like it really keeps the momentum going all the way through. Yeah, practice your scales and that'll help you out on this one as well. Cool, have fun with it. And the sheet music is in the description as well. Thank you.